Welcome to Princeton TV, the finest news network broadcasting. Here we'll be talking about the current events, which happens to be a live video showing what the Princeton battle is really all about. Jalen?
The Princeton battle is taking place in Princeton, New Jersey. The battle is taking place today. The date is January 3rd, 1777. Looks like the Continental are going to win, but who knows? Back to you, Aaron.
The battle was fought between the British Army, led by Charles Mawhood and Charles Cornwallis, the Continental Army, led by George Washington and Hugh Mercer. Let's take a look at the battle. Here, I'm live in Princeton, New Jersey. It looks like the battle's starting to begin.
Are you okay?
Guys, we gotta get out of here! Breaking news with Aaron and Jalen. We just witnessed one of the many fights in the Princeton battle. Jalen, anything to add?
There are many casualties today, especially on the British side. What about the Continental, Aaron?
Well, no casualties today, luckily. However, a few were injured, and one, unfortunately, was taken prisoner of war. We'll get more info with Justin and Nick.
During the war, 7,000 Americans against 8,000 British and Hessians, although only 1,200 British troops were principally engaged. Both sides of the army were armed with muskets and pistols. Cavalry were armed with swords and a pistol while on the horses. Some regiments carried long, small caliber rifles. Casualties were not heavy. The British lost only 40 dead, 58 wounded, and 187 missing. The Americans lost a number of able officers, General Mercer, Colonel Haslett, and several others. They also lost 40 soldiers killed and wounded.
The Battle of Princeton was the culmination of the political American Revolution, in which many of the American colonists rejected the legitimacy of the British Parliament and to govern the 13 colonies. Without representation, the Battle of Princeton's goal was for George Washington's army to rebuild their morale.
This just in, we have a message from a Continental War hero, Thomas Rodney. What do you have to say, Mr. Rodney?
Hi. In January 4, 1777, at daylight this morning, me and the rest of the Continental Army got put into motion and passed on towards Brunswick. We then crossed the Raritan over a bridge 6 miles above that town. But the general found out that the army was too much fatigued to attempt Brunswick. The enemies were so close after us, therefore changed his course and went to the place called Pluckman, situated among the mountains of New Jersey. This was about 10 miles from Brunswick. Here he was obliged to encamp and await the coming up of nearly 1,000 men, who weren't able to through fatigue and hungry. Then we had not had any refreshments for 2 days. These 2 days had passed, and all of our baggage had been left at Trenton, and the army was obliged to encamp on the bleak, snow-covered mountain tops with absolutely no blankets to cover them. Most of this army was militia, and they bore all of this with a spirit becoming free men and Americans.
Well, that sounds tragic, Mr. Rodney.
We have an interview with the Continental Army captain named Marcus Williams. Come on in, sir. How are you doing today, Captain?
Good, you?
Pretty good, knowing that you're protecting our country. Thank you for your service. So, how is it in the ranks right now?
Well, we win and we lose men, but we gain men at the same time now. But George Washington hasn't given up on us yet.
That's great. Honorable General. How is it in the war? Are we winning, losing?
We're winning.
We are?
Yep.
Good. Thank you for your service. Once again, I can't appreciate my thanks for that. So, tell me, I imagine there's a lot of bad times, hard times, hardships throughout the war. What would a highlight be?
A good thing is we win battles. If we win battles, we will win the war.
That's good. That's good. And like I said, there's probably a lot of hardships, but among those, what would the worst be?
Well, we're sitting in the snow, waiting for orders. We're starving, and we're just getting shot at.
Well, you do a lot for our country. I appreciate that. How's the thrill of serving for your country?
It's great.
It's good. Thank you, sir. So I see you brought your rifle. What kind is it?
22. I call it Baby Love
That's an original name, sir. Why do you call it Baby Love?
because I love her.
That's good. That's good. Man and his gun. It's good. So tell me, what type of food do you guys eat?
Well, usually it's just loaves of bread. It's not much, but
Get what you can get.
yeah.
Scrounging. Must be hard times, but you do it for our freedom. Thank you for that. So tell us, what's the thing you don't like about the British the most?
Well, I don't like that they put acts on us and they tell us what we can and cannot do, and I just don't like it.
I don't think any of us do, but you're doing something about it. We really appreciate that. So thank you. Can I hold Baby Love? Thank you. This is a good gun. 22, you said?
Yep.
It's a nice gun. Oak. It's nice. Good gun. So real quick, one more question. If you had King George in your hands, what would you do to him right now?
I'm not sure what I would do.
Will you shove Baby Love into his mouth and shoot your gun?
Maybe.
Maybe? Alright. Well, once again, thank you for your service. Alright. Thank you, sir. So, once again, that was an interview with Captain Marcus Williams. We thank you for your service.
Facts with Aaron and Jalen.
Yeah!
Wow.
Oh, wait, we're missing
Austin and Justin.
fun fact number 1 with Jalen.
The British uniforms are red so they can see each other in because it's their national color.
Americans captured 0 people in the whole battle of Princeton.
The British captured 280 people in the Battle of Princeton.
Only 25 Americans were killed during the battle.
That was fun fact with Aaron!
And Austin.
And Jalen!
And Justin.